hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm very sorry that I'm a bit late. I'm also still eating my dinner. I'm still setting some stuff up as usual. This stream will be a little bit scuff. I do apologize for that. How dare you be late? I know, I'm sorry. I was shoveling pasta into my mouth and I was figuring out if I wanted to do this or if I wanted to do that, and I ended up deciding on nothing. So you guys will be deciding with me. Yay! The way that this stream is gonna work is we are gonna be taking a leaf out of Gio's book, who's about to throw a freaking snowball at me. Pasta eating ASMR. maybe. But oh, there it is. There's a snowball. But we are gonna be. I mean, the way that this stream is gonna work is we are gonna be doing some. I guess it's ASMR, but like actually what it is we're gonna be building some stuff in Minecraft and we're gonna be reading some bedtime stories. So this will be my first time doing it, and I'm assuming it will be your guys' first time as well. So we get to share that. Yeah, Minecraft story time. Yes, I was very inspired by Gio, who for a while there was doing story time in Minecraft. And I thought it was a really, really good idea. So I stole it. It's mine now. No, I'm kidding. But we're going to be doing that. And to make things a little more interesting, because I know that for you guys, for a lot of you, it is not nighttime, even though it is for me. To make things a little more interesting, we are going to be having the Minecraft open as a server. So for those of you that have Minecraft accounts, you can join on the Minecraft server and you are free to build or explore or do whatever you want. But I do ask that you keep everything appropriate. So if you want to join the Minecraft server, I will be posting the link for that in the Discord server. So I'm gonna put it in general, okay? Hi, I'm back. Hello. Good evening. And I also saw Davia. Good evening to you. Thank you. So Minecraft IP, yeah, but you have to be in the Discord server to play. So the Discord server. So I realized you guys will hear that I have my hands are not very good. So I just I have a wrist strap on. Cause my hands have been very bad recently, so I got some support on my mouse hand. But we are going to be playing Minecraft and also reading some stories. But first, we are going to be doing Minecraft because I need some help setting up everything. So yeah, but it should be a lot of fun, I hope. So let me get the Minecraft server up. Also, we have some lo-fi tunes going. When I get bored of those, I will probably swap it. But I wanted to get the vibes right, you know, comfy, cozy, that type of thing. Yeah. Okay. Need my vibe cozy dog. Exactly. Okay. I'm typing it in the Discord now. If you are not in the Discord, you can join it using the link in the description of the video, or you can join it on using exclamation mark Discord if you are on Twitch. I am going to put the IP just in Discord for now, and if we get lots of new people, then I will pin it in the chats. But I just don't want it like just anyone joining, because I don't want people to start like griefing other people's designs and stuff. Also, I apologize for everyone that is overseas, because it is being hosted in Australia. So the ping may be bad. Please let me know if you can get on or not. That's the Minecraft IP. I put it in general. When you are on, I will teleport you to where I am, because I found a little place where we can build and stuff. I dream when I'm working this morning. I'll just be lurking over here today. Okay, that's okay. Thank you for lurking. Lurking is good. Lurking is always very good. So yeah, that's the first thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna swap over to my Minecraft stream, and it'll be good. I love not being signed in when I'm meant to. And also to answer your question, yes, it is Java, but it is vanilla. It is vanilla. I didn't refresh this page, so I didn't know the stream had started. Oh no! Hi Yumi. Hi! Hello! Welcome, welcome. Is it true that you hiss in anger? I mean, sometimes. Normally I kind of like, I kind of like grumble, I guess. Or like, I'll like go like, like I kind of, Help, I forgot my email. Be right back. That's okay. That's okay. Meow. So it should it's in general. What version of Minecraft is it? It's the latest version. 20 point 26.2. I think is what it is. But I'm gonna get my Minecraft up now. And after we set up a little camp while you guys are building, I'm gonna read you guys some stories. Okay, let's get this show on the road. It might take me a minute to set up. I'm not I'm not set up properly. I'm not set up properly. Should we use this one? Actually, I think that we will use the same one that I was using for Outer Wilds, because then I can do this. Yeah, I can do this, and it will be even more cozy. You guys should get, if you're just listening, you guys should get your blankets and like cuddle up in bed or on the couch, and then we can be cozy together. Oh no, I'm small. I don't just gonna CIP. You need to verify. So you need to, it's in general, but you need to click on the tag so that it knows you're not a robot. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll help you. You should be able to see now. Maybe I'll put it in announcements actually, and then you'll be able to see it. I'll put it in announcements. Oops. And here is the IP for Minecraft. Also, just to be clear, the server will only be open during like these streams, because otherwise it has to be running all the time. I can't I can't keep it running. All right, let me get my stuff up. Dude, I can't believe that we played Outer Wilds for so long yesterday. That was insane. I think that I lucky forgot how to join servers. All you need to do to join a server is go multiplayer, and then you can go direct connection, and then you just put in 26.2 have photo fabric. I'm using fabric because I've got some shaders that I'm using, but I think you should be able to get on just with normal as well. But I'm using fabric because I like to have the I like to have my Minecraft pretty. Trying to fit this game. So I need to. Is that in the center? I think so. I think that's in the center. Shader packs. Apply. Let's do apply. Why is my shader not working? What the heck, man? I need to fix all my stuff. Settings. Shader packs. Why is it not working? Da, 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 da. Give me a second, chat. My shader is not working. And that's very annoying. Actually, maybe it is working. Oh, it is working. Never mind, never mind. Your mouth is moving a lot. Most of the time when I am streaming, I have my mic like this, and so it doesn't really like work. But because I'm not talking as loud, I have my mic underneath my mouth, which means you can actually see how much my mouth's moving. Just said skibbity. TP and Porgio. Hi. You got your Minecraft skin on. It's so pretty. Hi, Yums. I miss you. Oh, I missed you a lot. I missed you too. I was building. Oh no, we're building here. Zoe, you have to start. You have to start again. It was a nice sunset, bitch. Well, my bad. You have to build here. What if you build up here? What about this though? What if you build over here? On the seaside? I want everyone to... I don't know how to set world spawn. Set... world... spawn point. I don't know how to do it. I was sad when you went on break, but I'm happy you're getting better. Thank you! I was sad when I went on break as well. I'm really happy I'm getting better. This is so cute. Wait, I want to add a campfire. Can you guys hear Minecraft actually? I might have it muted. I can't hear it. Oh, I do. I had it muted. Can you guys hear? I don't know if you can hear it. Can I use voice chat on the server? It's key to I press no voice chat. There's no voice chat, but you can type. There you go. Welcome. Welcome. If you want to type, you can put signs and stuff on the floor or type in the chat like this. Hello. Okay. Can you hear the game? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, it's not too loud, I hope. Campfire. Can I put... Oh yeah, you have to put campfire. It's so pretty. Natural, but let me see. Wildflowers, pink petals, leaves. You can definitely have like shells, but we don't have shells. And Minecraft can be so peaceful. I always forget how nice it is. How might have moderate open too. What do I want to do? It's so cute. Oh no! The squid! No, no, squid! No! Go down! No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Could it be the whitelist or something from joining? I'm using a USB VPN. No, there's no whitelist. You should just be able to put in the. You should just be able to put in the thing. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I appreciate it. Why is my Streamlabs the wrong thing? What the heck? Minecraft and Streamlabs. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know why my I don't know why my alerts are wrong. That's so weird. There we go. Maybe they'll be right now. But Minecraft and story like at the same time. Yeah. Oh, and another follow. What the heck? Huh? I just got like 3 followers in one thing. Did I get a raid that I missed? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we're doing we're setting up the world in Minecraft. We're setting it up, and then I'm gonna sit in Minecraft while people build, and I'm gonna read like a bedtime story. It's the most popular tonight. Yeah, it seems so. I've never done. Oh, this is my second ASMR stream. The first one was when I did ghost. Remember when I did ghost stories? Was when I did ghost stories on what's it called? On Halloween. I did ghost stories on Halloween. Oops. I'm not very good at Minecraft. Hi Yumi, hello. Oh no, I teleported to you. Oops. Oh no, I teleported to the wrong person. Okay, there we go. Hi. Sorry about that. Okay, I hope the music is not too loud. Hi. You've got a really interesting skin on. I'm gonna sit here. Wait, you should build something. What should I build? Let's build some chairs to go around the fire. What wood is this? Duck. Oh, I just do some little ones. Oh, give me a second. 1 second, chat. My Alexa is going off. I forgot it does this. Well, that's not very relaxing. My Alexa was going off in the background. Hi! Yumi's Cozy Cove. Yay! You guys can build wherever you want, by the way. You can build wherever you want using whatever you want. Just not TNT or fire. Oh no, Blake, I accidentally... Whoa! Oh my goodness! It's me, I joined. I think we need a redstone door. Okay. Hang on, I need to turn off the Minecraft music. Here we go. We can build whatever. This is cute. It's like a little, campfire. I was putting hearts on the sign. I was putting hearts on the sign and then the sign disappeared. Oh no. Oh, what are these how are there fireflies wait, what are these? Firefly bush? I've never seen these before. Whoa. Oh, that's so cool. Hi, Dino. Hello. Hello, Blood Priestess. Hi, Natsu. Welcome. Oh, that's cute. Learning of viewers being Minecraft for some bedtime stories. Yeah, do you want to join? We're making a little campfire grove, and then you can build whatever you want, wherever. I'm gonna build a path. Smooth sandstone stairs. Let's get a path to the campsite. Here we go. And then maybe we'll have some. Do you want some help filling this in? Let me get a torch. What do I need? What Minecraft do I need? By the way, I should ask. It's the most recent version of Minecraft. I'll start from the others. I'm gonna make a bridge. I'm gonna make a bridge across on this side. Let me see. Let's make a bridge. What do I need? I'm not very good at building, guys. I'll do my best. I'm not very good at it. Dark oak. And let's do jungle. Yeah. I wanted to make it modern so that I could have like the cool biomes and stuff, but I couldn't figure out how to make it modded and also be a server without making you guys download a whole bunch of stuff. So I decided that I just do normal normal Minecraft. Oh, it's a bit ugly. It's a little it's got a few bubbles. Let's try this. And then maybe slabs? Slab. You mean you say it's daytime? No, so it's cozy, so we're gonna have nighttime, but you can use torches if you like. The thick ass bridge. I know. I need to be serious. Why is it so thick? The sun's rising anyway. No, the time is paused, so I don't think. Oh, that cut is so ugly. Get rid of it. Get rid of it now. It's so bad. Ah! Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be calm ASMR. I need to collect my thoughts. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay. Let's try again. How do I... There we go. Maybe like this. Oh. I don't know how to build a bridge. Like this? Oh no. Oh no. I feel like it just keeps getting worse. You know what? Maybe I'll leave. Maybe I'll leave the building to you guys. Maybe I'll leave the building to you guys. Maybe you can do building. I'll build something else. Let me build something else. I'll build something easier. Yumi's Cozy Cove. Let's add some hearts. Oh, that's not a heart. Yay! I'm gonna take a bite of my pasta. If anyone else would like to join the Minecraft server, I think I'm going to ping. I think I will actually put it in the, because I can't just kick people if they are gonna be bad. There we go. It's pinned. Now you can. Anyone can join. Wait, I might have only done that on Twitch. Let me do it on YouTube as well. I seriously need to practice more building skills instead of 100 for like a 1.8 builder and 1.20 builder. I don't think I'm very good at building. I need like a reference. I need like a reference. When I build, I need a reference. Most of the building that I've done in my world has been like normal building. You know what I mean? Like references. Wait, you guys, this is looking so good. And we can use planks to make. Oh, why is it? Never mind. We'll use them here, maybe. Ah, I'm stuck. And then 1, 2, and then 1. Oh, like this. You guys are teaching me so many things. How do I make it face me? There we go. I'm out of Minecraft practice. Oh, this is better. Let me do this. And then... Oh, one T. Oh, and then... Here we go. Oh no, it's going everywhere. Oh, what is it? It's like in, and then this way, and then this way, and then... Oh wait, I think it's too low. You guys just... This is so funny. You know, and then there we go. Yeah. And we should make a path. Let's make a path. What was this that you were using? What's this? Dirt path. Oh, it's literally called path. Oh no. We should... Whoa! Whoa! The height... Whoa! I just... Did anyone else just glitch? It was not just me. There we go. I mean, I didn't take my time. Yeah, that's okay. Take all the time that you want. Okay. We should try connect it to this pod. And then I need stairs. I love the fireflies so much. It's just, they're so whimsy. Oh, they don't look good. Let's try these stairs. Oh wait, we should try what is it? Cobblestone stairs. Cobblestone. Here we go. this one. Yeah. Oh, I like these bushes. We should put these bushes everywhere. Oh wait, we should put some lights. Let's see what lights we should use. Lantern. Exposed copper lantern. What? That's kind of cool. I haven't seen this before. What's a vault? There's so many new items. Cause I've only been playing in 1.20. I'm 6 patches behind. Candles. Let's get some candles. We should get normal candles and then gray, I think. Oh wait, I need flint and steel to light them, don't I? Is there any tools? There we go. Whoa, it lights up everywhere. Put some candles near the bridge. Oh yeah, I like the normal ones, I think. Oh, there's none on this side. I'll just put 2 here. Here we go. Okay, chow, I'm gonna take a bite of my pasta because I'm still eating. I'm still eating my dinner. I always find it so cute how when I chew, you can see my model. You can see my model like eating. It's so cute. Wait, look, I'll show you, chat. Oh man. Alright. Let's get some books. Let's get some books reading. There we go. Dinner? I hardly know her. I've never heard that before. I've never heard that before. My dinner tonight is I have garlic bread and I have pasta napoletana. Nom nom nom. It makes me so happy. Everyone building away. Okay, chat. Let's read some books. I have some books. I just need to get them. I have not prepared for this. I meant to. I meant to. And then, everything, the time kind of slipped away. I don't know where it went. Let me see. What books do I have that I can read, you guys? If anyone has any suggestions, I also can do that. Library. Let me see, what books do I have? Oh, we can read The School for Good and Evil. That's a good book. You want to read some, Wisdom Ileana is also good. What's like a nice, like cozy book? Somebody said like the Roald Dahl, like rhymes and stuff. That was like good. Hi, Linen. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh, apparently I'm not signed into Kindle. Alright. Hi, Gio. Hi. Let's have a little look. I want like a cozy book. You know? Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. If you want to join the Minecraft server to do some cozy building, then you can. Thank you, thank you. Why is it so many people are so many people are following today? I don't know what to do. I feel like I haven't done anything yet. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're gonna read a song, a book called My Power Animal is a Turtle. My power animal is a turtle. And it is a collection of short stories and it focuses on a recognizable situation from everyday life. Okay. Let's go. Let's start some reading. There is someone special I'd like to introduce you to. Her name is Turtle. You may imagine a big land turtle. She's already very old. With her dark beady eyes, she can look at you so wisely. And with the corners of her mouth slightly raised, she always seems to chuckle. She has a firm back shell where she can completely retreat into head, paws, and tail. Then she always looks exactly like a big boulder. She has always been there. At least I've never known otherwise. We get along super well together. Oops. Oh no, my mouse. There we go. We get along super well together. She looks at least... Where am I? We get along super well together. To her, I can say anything. Or more accurately, she just knows what I'm going to say. But before I tell you how it is that Turtle is so smart, I want to share with you how Turtle came into my life. When I was a toddler, we had a real land turtle in our yard. She just lived there. I was allowed to feed her and sit with her, and I talked to her too. Hang on 1 second. Gio just sent me a very, very nice screenshot. It's a turtle! The music's a bit loud, right? Oh, thank you for letting me know. I'll turn it down a bit. Why is the turtle breathing? It's so cute. Hi, turtle. This story is about you. Okay. Then came every spring I looked forward expectantly to the time when she would come out from under her sheltered spot. But then came a spring where she didn't appear when it got warmer outside. She was no longer there. I looked for her everywhere and hoped every day she would still show up, but it didn't happen. I love animals, dogs, cats, cows, butterflies, horses, birds, and sheep. But with a land turtle, I still have a special connection. It's as if, how should I put it? As if I can also feel a little turtle-like. So I was not surprised when a few years later, a turtle appeared while I was quietly musing and daydreaming in the garden. She appeared in my daydream. She approached me slowly and sat down in front of me. She was watching me very intently. And then suddenly she started laughing so hard that her shell shook. I didn't understand why, because I was thinking about a very serious problem. But her laughter was so infectious that I automatically began to laugh along with her. When she finally stopped laughing, she closed her little eyes and I closed mine too. For a while, we both sat together like that, quietly and silently. When I opened my eyes, the turtle was gone, and the problem I was thinking about suddenly didn't seem so insurmountable. Because of all that laughing, I was no longer caught up in it. I was very grateful for that. What the? Why are you making those noises? Why am I the sniffer? There's no very vibes. He's too loud. Oh my god, Gio! There's been a murder! Gio! Why would you do it? That was not ASMR. You're the vibe police. You had to put him down. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Oh dear. Oh my god, please do that. Whoa, not the chickens, Gio. Not the chickens. No. That's cute. Oops. I'm going back to my station and I'm reading my book about the turtle. Oh my goodness. You just murdered a baby animal in front of me. I need a pasta break after that one and we haven't even gotten into the book. Oh my goodness. Clip moment? Well, yeah, maybe. Okay, this short story is called Turtle Rocks in Her Shell. Why is there a freaking village? From time to time, I run through the house like a stressed out chicken. Usually, I am well organized if I do say so myself. But then there suddenly comes one of those days where unforeseen things happen. Or something doesn't go as planned, or I need more time than I anticipated for a task. As long as I have the feeling that I can estimate how much time I need and how I'm going to handle it, I'm fine. If not, my brain starts thinking in circles. I get a pointy head and run nervously through the house. I've already learned that such times it's better to find a quiet place and try to distract my brain by thinking of something else. Not easy because that brain is bossy. When I had yet another moment like that and I was sitting on the couch with my eyes closed, Turtle appeared. She was in a clearing in a forest under some old oaks with wide branches. There was some soft moss, fine grass, and small flowers, and around it there were low bushes. I could hear birds whistling and water babbling. Butterflies were there too, but of course I couldn't hear them. Good night, good night. Thank you so much for joining stream. I hope that you sleep well. And there, in the cozy warm place, Turtle was lying on her back with her eyes closed, quietly rocking on her shell. This was such a funny sight, especially in contrast to how I felt. I spontaneously burst into laughter. Why have you got the head? is spinning. Oh, Mr. Turtle. Oh my god, there's two of you. This was such a funny sight, especially in contrast to how I felt. I spontaneously burst into laughter. I heard her say, your thoughts determine how you feel and what you do. If you can relax, that restlessness in your head will naturally stop. Then you will automatically know how to do things and in what order. Then you can trust again. With your gut and your heart telling you instead of your letting your brain determine everything. I can totally believe that, I thought. But how do I do it? I'm so tense. Oh my god, that turtle. Geo, please, bro, please. Stop that. You're such a menace. I need this to be calm. Oh my god. I don't have a campfire. Okay. Do you not like the book? Do you want a different book? Is this why you're... Is this why... Somebody made the advance with diamonds. This is a creative server. You want a different book? Oh, it's a baby! It's so cute. Hi. 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 They're so cute. When I opened my eyes, Turtle was gone, but I could still hear your voice. It does determine how you feel and what you do, so don't let your brain be the boss. It's reassuring to find your mind is not the wisest, and you should also listen to your body. I don't like this. Well, it's not that I don't like this, but oh, hello. What's up? You guys are so distracting. Oh, you want me to come over here? Oh, wow! Wait, that's so cool. Gio, what are you doing? No. No. I'm gonna have to take away your item permissions. You're derailing my stream. Cozy building, please. How do I add a server again? You go to multiplayer and then go to direct connect. And then you have go to multiplayer and then go to direct connect and then you just add in the thing. Let's have a little look. It's cool, but it looks really ugly. Let's tear it down. No, I think it's nice. I think you should leave it. Let me see. Maybe we'll read The School for Good and Evil. That's a really good book. I could read the Minecraft. What was the one that Spleeve said? The Minecraft Redstone. Minecraft Guide to Redstone. Let's have a look. We could read the Minecraft crafting handbook. I don't think that would work without pictures. Minecraft house guide. Where's it going? I probably typed in the thing wrong. You can just copy and paste. Yeah. I would read the Minecraft Guide to Redstone, but it is unfortunately $10. I don't want to spend $10. Wonder what books I have in my room. Let me see. I have a bookshelf. I have a bookshelf full of books. Let me see. I found the book, chat. I found the book. You in now? Let me teleport you. TP. Hi, Iris. I found the book. And the book is called... Withering by Sea. It's a very good book, so I'm gonna read it to you guys. We'll read maybe a few chapters. It's a Stella Montgomery novel. Okay, chat. The Toilet stories were nice, but I didn't like them. Hi, Ibis, what's up? You can build any way you want. Or you can sit and chill. Up to you. Okay. Stella Montgomery lay hidden behind the ferns in the conservatory of the Hotel Majestic, flat on the mossy tiles, tracing a path through the Amazon jungle in a small, damp atlas. She skirted around a vague outcrop. Oh, excuse me. This book is very dusty. She skirted around a vague outcrop of some kind, possibly mildew, and continued upriver. The drip and trickle of water and the hiss of steam under the grating in the floor seemed to mingle with the swish of the jungle trees in the wind and the screams of parrots. Bless you, thank you. Stella wiped some water drops off the map and read, "On the trees, thousands of curious and gorgeous orchids live and flower." The jungle was full of all kinds of dangers. Vampire bats, earthquakes, and natives, armed with blowpipes full of poison darts. Serpents 40 feet long and capable of swallowing considerable quadrupeds such as hares, goats, deers, etc. And there was a picture of such a serpent in the margin. Stella studied it wistfully. It looked large enough to swallow an elephant and had a hungry expression. A serpent of that size could easily swallow a person. What is happening? A serpent of that size could easily swallow a person. An ant, for example. As easy as kissing your hand. Several ants, probably. It looked sufficiently hungry. The people who lived in the Amazon jungle would not be bothered by ants. After eating, they lie torpid for several weeks. Stella imagined the enormous serpent sleeping off a dinner of 3 ants. Aunt Condolence for starters, Aunt Temperance for next, and then Aunt Deliverance for pudding. There would be 3 big lumps in the sleeping serpent. She picked up the second of her stolen apples and took a bite. It was small, green, hard, and sour. She chewed grimly and headed upstream towards the silver mines of Andes, the calls of monkeys ringing in her ears, jaguars lurking in the undergrowth, and toucans flying ahead. Hi, Ibis. Sudden footsteps clattered on the grating near the fountain close to where she was lying. With a slight jolt, she returned from the Amazon, back into what could be real danger. Right now, at this moment, she should be upstairs in the aunt's parlor, learning a lesson from French conversation for young ladies, and instead she was doing at least 4 forbidden things, all at once. Stella kept one finger on the Amazon River and peered through the ferns to get a glimpse of the intruder, but all she could see were dripping green leaves. In the late morning, the conservatory was usually empty. The hotel servants were busy in the kitchen and the bathhouse. The hotel residents, including all 3 aunts, should be in the bathhouse or wrapped up and propped in cane chairs in a long sunroom, sipping glasses of murky water. Stella had tasted the water once. It tasted exactly as it smelled, as if rusty nails and bad eggs had been boiled up in a puddle. It came right out from the ground from an ancient spring underneath the hotel. The water was what made the Hotel Majestic famous. People came from all over the country to drink it. It was hard to believe, but it was true. She gave a silent sigh of relief to see that the intruder wasn't an aunt. It was Mr. Filbert, an elderly foreign gentleman. He was a new resident, and he'd only been at the hotel a few days. Stella liked him. He was small and frail, almost insubstantial. His voice was whispery like rustling leaves, and his manners were old-fashioned. Every morning he bowed to Stella across the breakfast room. His eyes were twinkling and alert, but his skin was pale, almost greenish, and stretched tightly across the bones of his face. Like many of the residents at the Hotel Majestic, he appeared to be rather unwell. However, he drank the water every day, and it seemed to be doing him good. Mr. Filbert had caused somewhat of a sensation during luncheon on his first day. He had pushed away his plate of mutton and aspic and had asked for greens. Then he'd opened a small leather bag and with flickering fingers sprinkled a pinch of brown powder over the boiled spinach. What are we reading? We are reading Withering by Sea, which is a Stella Montgomery novel by Judith Russell. And we are having some cozy building in Minecraft, so anyone can join and do some building. An earthy smell had drifted across the dining room, causing much muttering and tut-tutting among the other residents. General Carthus had grunted in a military manner and then marched from the dining room without having any pudding. After luncheon, Stella had seen him stamping around the garden despite the icy wind, shouting at the wintry flower beds. Foreigners always made the general bad-tempered. Stella supposed this was because he'd spent so much of his life fighting wars with them. Now Mr. Filbert seemed nervous. Stella silently sank further beneath the ferns. His twig-like fingers twisted together. He walked hesitantly towards the enormous urn that stood just beyond where Stella was hiding. He planted with a drooping feathery fern. He pushed aside some of the fronds and prodded his fingers into the soil. He shot a furtive look over his shoulder. Then his hand darted into his inside coat pocket and brought out a small packet. Hello, what's up? Oh. Is that... You want me to follow you? Oh, he says Yumi. That's really, really cute. Thank you. Oh, and there's a little roof and stuff. You guys have done a really good job. You built some big trees. Hi, Dio. This is Fire Home. Yay! of like that I can't see everything. Every time I turn around, it's a surprise. He held it tightly for a moment and then pushed it down among the roots of the fern and pressed soil over it. He let the fronds fall back into place, turning on his heel and then dipping his fingers into the fountain. He then hurried away, wiping his hands with a handkerchief as he went. As his footsteps died away, Stella found she had been holding her breath. She let it out. She waited a moment and then got up and walked softly along the path to the urn. It was very tall. Stella pushed the fern's fronds aside and stood on tiptoe to feel around in the soil. What could he be hiding that made him so nervous? Perhaps he had aunts of his own, she thought sympathetically. Where are you from? I'm from China. I'm from Australia. Stella jumped back from the urn, stumbling over her feet as the door handle rattled. She turned around, expecting to see Mr. Filbert again, but it was Ada, Aunt Deliverance's maid. She looked sharp-eyed and annoyed. There you are, miss. Ada strode briskly past the fountain and stood, hands on her hips, her lips tight and sour-looking. I knew you'd be scurving somewhere. Always hiding, aren't you? And where were you at luncheon? Luncheon? Stella hadn't realized how much time had passed while she was in the Amazon, and now she'd missed luncheon. The aunt would be seething. As if I don't have better things to do than play hide-and-seek all the time. Come on. She took Stella's arm in a hard grip. Look at you, all over with slime and making more work for people. Ada flicked an angry hand at the green streaks in the front of Stella's pinafore and marched out from the conservatory. Gripping Stella's arm so tightly and walking so briskly that she was half dragging along, she had to jog every few steps to keep up. I can walk myself, Stella said halfway down the empty morning room. Hush, you're two people's work, you are. The afternoon sunshine came through the windows of the long sunroom that made colored shapes on the floor and on the residents who sat in cane chairs sipping the water. Stella blinked. Overhead the steam pipes hissed and clanked. The residents who had come from the wave bath or steam bath emitted little curling wisps of vapor. The ones from the plunge bath were a shiny pink, and those from the ice bath were shivering and gasping. A mumbled chorus of disapproval accompanied Ada and Stella's progress along the room. What the heck? I'm not sure. Several elderly ladies pursed their lips. Colonel Forbes made a tut-tutting noise and muttered something, and so did his ancient macaw. Lady Cottington muttered something and tucked her feet under her chair as Stella passed, as if she were contagious. Sir Oswald, Lady Cottington's bad-tempered little dog, dashed out from under a small table and snapped at Stella's ankles. Despite his gout, he was as quick as a weasel, but Ada whisked Stella past, and there was a sharp tick of walrus ivory as the dog's false teeth shut on nothing. In the entrance hall, new residents were arriving, a tall man and a thin, pale boy. The man wore black. He had a narrow, yellowish face and green-tinted spectacles. He turned to look at them, but Ada kept right on past. The man's intent gaze followed them. As they approached the vertical omnibus, it was as clear that James, the conductor, was busy with the new residents, so Stella followed Ada's scolding voice all the long way back up the winding stairs. In Stella's tiny bedroom, Ada continued scolding in an undertone as she snatched off the soggy pinafore and pushed her firmly into a stiff, clean one, holding the strings with an angry little jerk. She said, "Hold still, drat you, miss," as she pulled the hairbrush through Stella's wispy mouse-colored hair. "I'm sorry, Ada," said Stella and sniffed. "Yes, well," said Ada. She tied Stella's hair back with a new ribbon and gave her an awkward pat on the top of her head. She said, "Change your stockings, put on your slippers, wash your hands and face." Then she pointed towards the parlor door and told her if she knew it was good for her, she'd buckle down to it and all. Stella thought of the enormous serpent sleeping in the Amazon jungle full of ants. It should have cheered her up, but it did not. This was not the Amazon jungle. This was far away on the other side of the world. This was the Hotel Majestic, and there were no giant serpents here. Nothing ever happened here at all. Now it's the first chapter. The Hotel Majestic stood high on a cliff overlooking the town of Withering by Sea. It was enormous and white and had towers and turrets and curlicues and columns and chimneys and balconies and lots of curly metal sprouting here and there. It looked like a gigantic marzipan wedding cake. The aunts, as long-time residents, occupied some of the best rooms on the third floor, with a view of the sea, the lighthouse, and the marsh beyond the town. They had a parlor with a piano fort, a drawing room, 2 large bedrooms, and a private bathroom. Stella's room was not much bigger than a cupboard. It was really a dressing room, and to get to it she had to pass through the large bedroom that Aunt Condolence and Aunt Temperance shared. Arda slept in the tiny dressing room of Aunt Deliverance's bedroom, which was on the other side of the parlor. Aunt Deliverance was confined to a wheeled bath chair and spent much of her time in the bathhouse undergoing treatments, so Stella only saw her at meal times and for the daily promenade along the front, and that was more than enough. She saw Aunt Condolence and Aunt Temperance for her lessons, pianoforte, deportment, needlework, French, and Stella could not have said which she hated most. Half an hour later, after a brisk, unpleasant scolding from Aunt Temperance, Stella sat stiffly at the parlor table and struggled to learn a list of French phrases to say to the wife of a bishop while drinking tea. It wants but 10 minutes to 3 o'clock. Is this not dreadful weather? I'm delighted to see you in such tolerable health. She suddenly remembered the atlas. Instead of hiding it carefully in the biscuit tin underneath the ferns, she left it lying open in the middle of the path, where anyone walking around the conservatory might stumble upon it. Her sharp, indrawn breath made Aunt Temperance look up from her embroidery and say, "Quiet, child." Stella looked down at French conversation for young ladies again. The pattern of this carpet is exceedingly vulgar. Chewed her lip and tried to decide what to do. The atlas had belonged to Dr. Frobisher, an African explorer who'd stayed at the hotel for several months with jungle fever, sleeping sickness, scurvy, and malaria. After he had died, his room had been fumigated with burning brimstone, and Stella had found the atlas on a rubbish heap, only slightly charred. It had been lying among bundles of letters, broken strings of glass beads, and several wooden figures, which Aunt Deliverance would have said was shockingly vulgar had she seen them. Stella had rescued the atlas and kept it hidden. It was her greatest treasure, and any minute it might be discovered. Without lifting her head from French conversation for young ladies, she looked out the corner of her eye. Aunt Temperance was sitting bony and upright by the window, sewing a pattern of violets with immaculate stitches onto an antimacassar. As usual, while one of her watery eyes was fixed on her work, the other seemed to be roving here and there around the room in a disconcerting manner, like a marble rolling around in an egg cup. She seemed very alert. Stella sighed and looked back down at the book. It is not likely that this rain will cease. You are too kind. Permit me to offer you some cake. The afternoon dragged on, the clock above the mantelpiece ticking, and sometimes a seagull cried as it sailed past the window. Aunt Temperance said, "Don't swing your legs like that, child." And 20 minutes later, "Don't slouch, sit up straight." Stella tried to concentrate. She fixed her eyes on her lesson book. The mists that rise from the marshes are injurious to the constitution. But her thoughts kept returning to the atlas, lying open in the conservatory 3 stories below. Time passed slowly. At last tea time arrived. Aunt Deliverance rolled majestically into the parlor like an enormous boiled pudding. In her wickerwork bath chair, Ada pushed the bath chair, and Aunt Condolence waddled beside. Aunt Condolence was very short and extremely wide. She wore a particular patterned corset of springs and whalebone, which creaked and twanged as she moved. 2 parlor maids followed with tea on silver trays. There was a cake stand with thin bread and butter cut into little triangles, coconut macarons, and seed cake. While Aunt Condolis pours the tea and Anna passed the cups, Aunt Deliverance asked, "Has the child been dutiful and diligent?" Her eyes were fixed disapprovingly on Stella after her appalling behavior this morning. "She has on the whole, sister," replied Aunt Temperance. "Shocking behavior," said Aunt Condolence. Her particular pattern corset gave an outraged twang. "Always creeping around and hiding. Disgraceful, even for a half-quiet sister," slapped Aunt Deliverance, looking thunderous. Aunt Condolence shut her mouth with a snap. Stella thought, a half what? Aunt Deliverance glared at Aunt Condolence, then at Stella, took a sip of tea and said, "Well, shall we hear her lesson?" To Stella she said, "Bring me your book if you please, child. I trust you are not daydreaming yet again." With a sinking feeling, Stella realized she had been thinking mainly about the Atlas and then had spent some more time thinking about some enormous ant-eating serpent and some of the other dangers lurking in the Amazon jungle. She looked longingly at the cake stand. She had only eaten those 2 little green apples since breakfast and she was hungry. But it was difficult to remember the exact words. They seemed to get tangled inside her head, like they just did for me. She twisted her fingers together behind her back, took a breath, and said in tolerable French, "I'm delighted to see you in such dreadful health, Aunt Deliverance. You are exceedingly vulgar. Permit me to offer you some comfort." Oh, that's funny. Stella lay face down in her bed in her nightgown in the dark, in disgrace. She heard the aunts go down for dinner. She slept for several hours and then woke to the heat. Woke to hear the twangs and creaks and little gasping yelps as Aunt Temperance helped Aunt Condolence loosen her particular pattern corset. Then there were murmured voices, taps and clinks, creaks of the bed springs, and then at last, snores. Whining snores from Aunt Temperance, pig-like grunts from Aunt Condolence, and more distant booming snores from Aunt Deliverance's bedroom. Stella sighed miserably and rolled over onto her back. No luncheon, no tea, and no supper. Her stomach made a hungry noise. Her stomach made a hungry noise. She got up from her bed and silently tried the door handle. It was locked. She went to the window, pushed back the thick curtains, heaved open the window, and looked out into the night. There were no stars, but gas lights glowed along the front, and distant tinny music drifted up from the pier. Stella leaned on the windowsill, breathed the cold air in, and thought about the Atlas lying open in the conservatory. It would certainly be discovered in the morning when the gardener came in to water the ferns, and that would be the end of her beautiful Atlas, and her only book would be French conversation for young ladies forever and ever. Just outside her window was a wide, flat ledge, perhaps just a foot wide. It went along the window of Aunt Temperance and Aunt Condolence's bedroom, and that window was also open. Aunt Temperance believed that fresh air at night was healthy. Stella touched the ledge with one finger. There was little patches of lichen and bird droppings, but not enough to make it slippery. To walk along the ledge would really be no different than walking along a footpath. Stella had often thought how easy it would be, particularly if she didn't look down. It would only be a few steps along to the aunt's bedroom window, and if she were going to do it, she should do it now while the aunts were sound asleep. She pushed the window up further and leant out, a few lights from the hotel windows reflecting onto the paved patio 3 stories below. It was deserted apart from the stone lions and looked extremely hard. Stella swallowed. But she fixed her thoughts on the Atlas. In the perilous heights of the Himalayas, the sure-footed yak bound safely among the loftiest crags. She stood on tiptoe, got one knee out onto the sill, and pushed herself out of the window. Gripping the window frame tightly, she knelt up on the sill, facing back into her bedroom. She tried to ignore the way her insides seemed to be quivering coldly. "Just like a footpath," she muttered, and pulled herself to her feet. The ledge didn't seem quite as wide as she thought, but the surface felt slightly rough under her bare feet, which made it easy to grip. Right beside the window was a stone lady's head. Stella ignored the dizzying feeling of empty space dropping away behind her. She reached out and took hold of the lady's nose. Keeping her feet against the wall, she took her first step along the ledge, sideways like a crab. Beyond the lady's head, there were some curly stone flowers. She'd gripped onto them, edged another step along, and then another. Just along the aunt's window was another stone lady's head. This one seemed to be smiling faintly. 2 more steps, and Stella had one hand on the lady's chin and the other on the aunt's window frame. As carefully as she could, she lowered herself to her knees again, down into a sitting position, and then poked her legs through the open window into the aunt's bedroom. She felt around with her feet and found the edge of an embroidered ottoman that lived just beside the window. She planted both feet firmly and slithered down into the room. She landed on the ottoman with a soft thump, letting out her breath in a silent, shuddering gasp. Both aunts were still snoring. Stella could just make out Aunt Temperance's long, bony shape in the bed, and Aunt Condolence's hippopotamus shape in the other. She tiptoed between the beds to the door, and as she passed, Aunt Condolence gave a grunt and turned over. Stella jumped and made a tiny, startled sound. She pressed her hand to her mouth, but Aunt Condolence settled down, snuffled, and started her pig-like snoring again, almost immediately. Stella crept across the room to the parlor door, opened it, and glided through as silent as a cat. That's the second chapter. I'm just gonna grab some water really quick and see what the others are doing in Minecraft. Should we have a look? Yumi eats the egg with the peel on. Agree. No! Wow. These are some big trees. Diamond in the sky. The bridge looks really good. Oh my gosh! Is this me? Oh my gosh, that's so cute! What the heck? Wait, that's so cute. I was not expecting that. And you got my blue bows. Oh my gosh. I might make Yumi Donald's. What's that? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. That's so cute. McDonald's but Yumified? That's a good idea. Oh, this is a maze. There's a maze happening here. Well, I won't look so I don't spoil it. Oh, it's so nice. Okay, I'm gonna have some water. All this talking the past 2 days has hurt my voice a little bit. Should I eat some? I'm gonna eat some pasta and some garlic bread. What do you guys think of the book so far? I think it's pretty interesting. I have already read it, but it gets very good. It's very interesting. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a good book actually. Alright, here we go. The Hotel Majestic was quite different at night. The gas was always turned low, and there was dark shadows in the doorways and corners. Excuse me. Indistinct voices and other sounds echoed in the stairwells. Stella crept along the passageway and started down the winding black stairs. On the first landing, she froze. 2 maids were below. One was sitting on the step, leaning against the banister with her back to Stella. The other lolled on a wooden chair with her feet up. Stella ducked down and peered around the banister. They were sleeping. Could she creep past without waking them? It seemed unlikely. She turned and tiptoed back up the stairs along the deserted passageway to the main staircase. Hang on, chat. I need to fix my microphone really quick. There we go. That's better. Okay. Gas hissed in the big round lamps and the gigantic dangling chandelier. The brightness made Stella blink. She leaned over to see 3 stories below the marble floor of the entrance hall and the shiny bald head of the night manager, Mr. Blenkinsop. Mr. Blenkinsop? Oh my goodness, hang on a second, that's a big paragraph of Japanese. Karamatsu-sama no odaimashita. You have arrived. Come gather around and get autographs. It's just signing from a signature from yours truly. What? Well, I don't know. You can have my signature. But, not then. Gather around and get your autograph. I know that women all over the world are starving for my autograph. I don't know about that. Oh, yeah. Whoa, I almost dropped my book. Okay. The stair. She tiptoed 2 flights of stairs, keeping close to the wall in case Mr. Blenkinsop should happen to glance up. The stair carpet was soft and silent underfoot, and the marble on the landings was very cold and smooth. The pattern of this carpet is exceedingly vulgar. She stifled a giggle, ducking down a side passageway, and slipped into the library. The library was shadowy and full of obstacles. Stella crept between awkward high-backed chairs and statues of gentlemen's heads on alabaster pillars. A loud snort made her stiffen. She peered around the back of the chair. It was General Carruthers. He smacked his lips together twice and started to snore. Everyone in the hotel seemed to be sleeping, except for me, thought Stella. Beside the sleeping general, on a carved table in the shape of an elephant, rested a glass of brandy and 3 square biscuits on a little plate. Stella's stomach growled like a hungry jaguar. She tiptoed across a small door at the far side of the library, slipped through it, crept down a narrow staircase, and into the dark sunroom. The only sounds were her teeth munching on the general's biscuits. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much for the follow, Natsu. Sir Night Natsu. Hi, Neko Yumiko. How are you doing today? I'm surprised you're streaming this morning, Neko Yumiko. It's nighttime for me. Nighttime for me today. We're reading a book. We're reading Withering by Sea. The only sounds were her teeth munching on the general's biscuits. This was extremely loud inside her head. The general's biscuits came by sea from Scotland. They were very hard-wearing. Her soft footfalls and the occasional hiss and clank from the steam pipes. In the sunroom, she threaded her way between cane chairs and aspidistras. I see. aspidus straws. She threaded her way between cane chairs and aspidus jars and brass jars. The morning room beyond it was very dark. She crossed it silently. She pushed it open the door to the conservatory and slipped inside. The ferns were dark, banking shadows on either side of the pale tiled path. Hi. What's up? The morning room beyond it was very dark. She crossed it silently, pushing open the door to the conservatory and slipping inside. The ferns were dark, banking shadows on either side of the pale tiled path. Water dripped and steam hissed under the gratings of the floor. She tiptoed past the silent fountain and followed the path around the ferns. And there, lying just as she had left it, was the atlas. Stella gave a gasp of relief, snatched it up and hugged it to her chest. It was even damper than usual and smelled of moss, but it was safe. Then she remembered Mr. Filbert's strange behavior earlier that day, and how he had hidden the tiny package in the urn. Was it still there? Clutching the atlas, she followed the path along to the urn, parted the drooping fern fronds, stood on tiptoe and reached up. She dug into the earth with her fingers, and then felt the package among the roots of the fern and pulled it out. It was small. She could hold it easily in one hand. It was too dark to see clearly, but it felt as though it was wrapped in oilcloth and tied with string. What could it be? She reached up to put the little package safely back into its hiding place, but then froze, her heart thumping. Somewhere nearby, she heard a crash, then footsteps and raised voices. Clutching the atlas and Mr. Filbert's package, she crept to the door of the conservatory, pushed it open an inch, put her eye to the crack and peered out into the darkness. The door on the far side of the morning room had a colored glass window in it, and she could see a light flickering red and blue. Crash! The door banged open and an enormous man stamped into the morning room. He held a candlestick with 3 flaring candles in a hand that looked like a bunch of sausages. He turned and Stella stifled a gasp. For a horrible moment, she thought he had the protruding snout of an animal. But then she saw he wore a buckled leather mask that covered his nose and mouth. He shoved it up onto his forehead, wiped his hand over his mouth, spat, and said tastes like a flipping grunter's getting donuts, Scuttler. Pipe down, Charlie. A smaller man, also wearing a mask, slunk into the room. The mask made his voice sound distant and grating. His eyes darted around furtively. He had pale whiskers and wore a cerulean waistcoat with a pattern of roses. The first man laughed. "It don't matter, Scuttler. The professor's got a bleeding hand of glory, ain't he?" He laughed again nervously and glanced back over his shoulder. "That thing gives me chills, Charlie," said the second man. "And I don't feel very professional like making all this rumbo. Put your gasper back on, mate. You don't want to be nodding off." The big man shrugged and put the mask back on over his nose and mouth. He put the candle thing on a low table, overturned a chair, and probed its underside with his enormous fingers. "Just a tiny thing in here I hid somewhere, but the bleeding golden strike to him as finds it." With the mask on, his voice was muffled and metallic. Thieves, searching for something. Stella let the conservatory door close softly and scuttled into a dark patch of shadow behind a big fern and crouched there. She tightened her grip on the atlas and Mr. Filbert's package as the crashes and thumps came through the door. Footsteps approached and the door handle rattled. The second man pushed open the door. "Charlie, there's a flippin' great greenhouse in here. Bring that glimstick." The big man elbowed his way through the door. Candlelight flickered and reflected off the wet ferns and the glass panes in the walls and roof. Stella held her breath. Above his mask, the smaller man's eyes. As somebody clearly wants my attention in Minecraft. Hi. Hi. Hello, hello. What's up? I'll follow you if you want me to. I'll push the button. Oh. Oops. Oops. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, what the heck? What the heck? Wait, this is so cool! Man, that's so cool. I thought I heard notebooks. What? This is so cool. Oh, yay! That's so cool. Ah. That's so good, thank you. Thank you, that was really cool. Hi, I'm from Taiwan. Hello, I'm from Australia. My English name is B or W. Bo. Nice to meet you, Bo. We are reading and also doing some other stuff. The big man elbowed his way through the door. Candlelight flickered and reflected off the wet ferns and the glass panes in the walls and roof. Stella held her breath. Above his mask, the smaller man's eyes were alert and sharp. She was sure he would see her. For a moment, she felt dizzy and strange, as if she was somehow fading away to become part of the shadow. Her head swam. The man's gaze slid over her without pausing. As he turned away, Stella let out a cautious, silent breath. She had always been extremely good at hiding. It's a bleeding jungle, Charlie. The big man started down the path towards the fountain, holding the candlestick high and looking about. The candle flame scuttered and flared, making his enormous shadow with its misshapen peak-like head loom and flicker. After darting a glance all around, the smaller man followed him. They moved past Stella, almost close enough for her to touch, and then away down the path. She watched them circling the fountain. The big man kicked over a flower pot with a crash, and both men laughed. They had their backs to her. Stella started to creep from her hiding place. A soft voice spoke from just above her. "Gentlemen," said the voice. It wasn't loud, but something about it made Stella shiver. She covered her mouth with a trembling hand and shrank back into the shadow, her heart thumping. The two men stopped laughing immediately and came back along the path. "Professor," they muttered. A tall man stepped into Stella's view, a gaunt shadow silhouetted against the flickering candlelight. One pale hand rested upon the head of a cane with a handle shaped like a serpent's head. On one finger was a ring with a dark stone. It glittered red in the light of the candle. Stella recognized the man. He was the new resident she'd seen across the entrance hall. She remembered his thin, yellowish face, green-tinted spectacles, and steady, intent gaze. Other fingers followed him into the conservatory carrying candles. Two more masked men half-carried, half-dragged a limp body between them. But there was a tall man who drew Stella's attention. Two more masked men. Oh, but it was a tall man who drew Stella's attention. There was something compelling about him, although he was very still and spoke quietly. Stella's fingernails dug into her palms. He gestured with... Guys, please keep the YouTube chat in English. Thank you. That's in the rules. It was the tall man who drew Stella's attention. There was something compelling about him, although he sat very still and spoke quietly. Stella's fingernails dug into her palms. He gestured with his cane, and the masked man dragged the body forward and dropped it to the floor. As the candlelight caught its face, Stella recognized Mr. Filbert. He lay sprawled, his head lolling. As the candlelight caught its face, Stella his eyes were closed, and a thin line of blood trickled from one ear, staining his shirt collar. He was dressed only in a shirt and trousers, and he had slipped on his feet as if he'd been getting ready for bed. Yumi, what time are you finishing the stream? We will be finishing in probably 15 minutes. The professor said, our friend here has not been as forthcoming as I would wish, but I have extracted something. It seems my property is concealed here. He gestured... 6 hours. No, not 6 hours. We will be finishing this stream in 15 minutes at 10:30, because I'm very tired after yesterday. He gestured with long pale fingers. But where exactly, I wonder? I would have my men tear this place apart, but I would not be certain of finding it, would I? And there is an easier way. Mr. Filbert's eyes flickered and his eyes opened. He took a breath with obvious effort and said, I will never tell you. His voice trailed off as the professor said, no, Dryad, perhaps not. But there is, as I mentioned, an easier way. He gestured again, and a small figure was pushed into the candlelight. It was the thin, pale boy Stella had seen in the entrance hall. The professor beckoned, and the boy shook his head but took 2 steps forward. He said, no, no, please, sir, in a low voice. The professor passed his cane to one of the marked men, placed a hand on the boy's shoulder, and pulled him closer. The gesture looked gentle, but the boy winced. Hold out your hands, the professor ordered. He turned the ring on his finger, and the dark stone caught the light and gleamed. The boy's eyes were on the ring. He looked as if he might cry. He shook his head again, but obeyed, cupping his hands together. His fingers and palms were stained black. The professor took a small bottle of ink from his coat pocket, unscrewed the lid, and poured the ink into the boy's cupped, trembling hands. He recapped the bottle and returned it to his pocket. Then he placed one hand on the boy's unwilling head and tilted it forward until the boy was forced to stare into the pool of ink he held in his hands. See, said the professor. The boy stopped trembling and stood stiff, his eyes quite empty. I see, he said. The boy's pale face was quite blank as he gazed into the pool of ink he held in his cupped hands. Do you see him? Asked the professor. Candlelight glinted off his spectacles, turning the lenses into flickering yellow discs. I see him, answered the boy. His voice was expressionless. Do you see him hiding something? I see him hiding a little thing, said the boy. Can you show me where? I can. The boy removed his head from the boy's hand. The professor removed his hand from the boy's head. Oh my gosh. Ink spilled from his hands. He bent over, gasping and coughing. Come on, boy. The professor licked his lips. Where is it? The boy pointed, in his ink-stained fingers shaking. Down there, sir, in that big pot. The professor took his cane, turned, and strode towards the fountain. The masked men followed, pulling the boy with them. Stella watched them move away and then glanced down at Mr. Filbert, lying forgotten on the tiles. She almost cried out in surprise. His eyes were open and he was looking straight at her. With an effort, he raised his finger to his lips. Stella nodded, her heart thumping. She opened her hand to reveal the package. She started to explain why she had taken it, but he whispered quickly, "Hide it, keep it safe." There was a shout and an enormous crash from the other end of the conservatory. The Chinese urn lay smashed on the tiled path. Two of the moused men dropped to their knees and scrabbled among the broken pieces. "Go, go, child," whispered Mr. Filbert desperately. He raised himself up on one elbow. "Go now, hide it, keep it safe, promise me." Stella nodded. "I will." "Remember." He started to say something more, but then he collapsed and his eyes closed. Stella crept out of her hiding place. One of the masked men searching through the smashed pieces of the urn said something, looked up at the professor and shrugged. The professor raised his cane and struck him hard on the side of the head, and he fell to the ground. Stella crouched and touched Mr. Filbert's cheek. His skin felt rough, like the bark of a tree. He did not move. One of the men shouted something. Stella jumped to her feet. "Look! A nipper!" Stella turned and ran. There were shouts and crashes behind her. She sprinted through the morning room, her bare feet silent, clutching the atlas and Mr. Filbert's package to her chest. She darted around an overturned chair and banged through the door into the sunroom. She could hear voices and see candlelight flickering behind her. She paused for a fraction of a second and then turned and slipped through the small door to the servants' passageway. She ran along the passageway and up the stairs, two at a time. In the library, the lights were burning dimly and the air felt thick and still. The general snored in his chair. "General Carruthers," grasped Stella. She pulled his arm. It flopped off the armrest and dangled. Stella clutched it and shook it. "General," she called as loudly as she dared. She thumped his shoulder. "General, please wake up, there are thieves." She walloped his chest with a fist. The general made a grunting noise but then started to snore again. Stella picked up the glass from the little table and threw the drink in the general's face. He snorted in his sleep and smacked his lips together, brandy dripping off his whiskers. "General," she shouted louder than she wanted to, but he slept on. Sorry, here we go. But he slept on. Crash! As if someone was smashing through the furniture in the sunroom. A loud laugh, a door slammed, and footsteps started clumping up the stairs. Where could she hide? The door banged open. Stella flung herself down and squeezed underneath the general's chair. The metal springs poked into her back, but she wriggled her way underneath with determination and folded her legs up. Her face pressed into the dusty carpet, and she hoped that she wouldn't sneeze. A voice said, loud and close, "I reckon you were mistook, Charlie. You're seeing things, and now the professor's in a flummox." A second voice said, "It was a nipper, Scuttler. I'm dead certain. Like when you were dead certain you seen that headless hound out on the marsh when we were cutting down that blasted tree. Scared the flippin' innards out of me, that did. It was bent around, Scuttler. A fair difference between a headless hound and a barker bent around having an old scratch, Charlie. I know what I seen." Stella held her breath and listened to the trampling feet and creaks and thumps as the men searched the room. Above her, the general snored. Stella really hoped that they wouldn't think to look under his chair. The first voice said any nipper would be snoozing like old Puffcuts there anyhow, what with the professor's hand of gloria light. "That thing gives me the shudders, Scuttler." "Me too, Charlie, me too." He then said something that Stella didn't catch, and there was an enormous crash. She jumped, and a tear string jabbed into her back. There was a few more scuffling noises and thumps, and one of the men said, "Well, there ain't no nippers in here, Charlie." A door handle rattled, a door opened, and the footsteps clumped away. Stella let out a cautious, silent breath. She waited a minute or two, and then wriggled out from under her chair. She tiptoed over the smashed pieces of an alabaster pillar and peered out the door. The passageway was empty, and the men had gone. She slipped out of the library and crept along to the main staircase. The big brown lights flickered and hissed. The air seemed waxy and heavy. There was nobody in sight. Stella peered over the banister rail. Down in the entrance hall, Mr. Blenkinsop still lay slumbering across his desk, sound asleep. "Mr. Blenkinsop," she whispered, "wake up, thieves." She jerked his arm. He slipped off the desk and flopped sideways in his chair. His head lolled back and his mouth opened, but he did not wake up. "Mr. Blenkinsop." Stella shook his arm again and then hit him as hard as she could somewhere in the middle. He snorted in his sleep and then he began to snore. Stella felt like screaming. Why wouldn't he wake up? This wasn't normal sleeping. She looked around desperately. She froze and felt her insides turn over. The table just inside the front doors usually held a china vase in the shape of a swan filled with flowers. Now the vase lay smashed in a puddle of water. The flowers scattered across the floor, and then, in its place, Stella took 2 steps closer. It was a hand. It stood upright on its wrist in a silver stand. It was black and twisted with long horn-like nails. At the tip of each finger, a pale candle flame burned steadily. Tendrils of thin black smoke snaked upwards, curling in the air. She felt the back of her neck prickle. This must be the hand of glory the themes have talked about. It had sounded extremely sinister, and it certainly looked revolting. It was making everyone stay asleep. It must be the smoke. It was filling the air with a thick, drowsy haze. She hugged the atlas and Mr. Filbert's package tightly and picked her way carefully closer. She could feel her heart beating in her ears. She blew hard at the candle flames. It didn't flicker. She licked her fingertips as she'd seen Otter do hundreds of times to snuff out a candle, but she couldn't bring herself to touch the horrible thing. Oh, sorry, I'm just moving. She clamped her teeth together, lifted the atlas, and swatted the hand off the table. It toppled into the puddle. The fingers writhed and twisted, and the 5 pale flames spat and hissed. There was a crash from upstairs. Voices and footsteps approached, and at any moment she would be discovered. Desperately, Stella stamped on the squirming, sputtering hand. It wriggled in her bare foot. She felt the scorching flames and the scratching, horrible fingernails. It stung, and she yelped. Blood oozed into the puddle underfoot, making red, watery trails. One of the flames sizzled and went out. Footsteps started down the staircase. Stella stamped one more time on the hand. It clawed at her foot. Another flame went out with a hiss. She kicked at it and looked around, close to panic, for somewhere to hide. But outside the front door was the enormous carved mahogany umbrella stand. She scrambled over it, crawled in behind the bristling jungle of walking sticks and umbrellas, and crouched down, her heart thumping. Through a gap between the large black umbrella and the ebony walking stick, she could just see the hand lying in the puddle, sputtering and writhing, the 3 remaining pale flames making wiggly reflections in the water. Several masked men came into the entrance hall from beside the bathhouse and down the main stairs. With a horrible jolt in her stomach, Stella saw the trail of slightly bloody, wet footprints that she had left behind her. They led like a line of arrows across the marble floor, pointing right to where she was hiding. Okay. That is 4 chapters of the book. Maybe we will continue it next time if we like it. I am going to go back to my chatting screen now. But you guys can stay on the server until the very last person leaves, and then the server will be gone. Well, it won't be gone, it'll still be here, but the server will be not up the whole time. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that made me very tired. Go to my chatting screen. Okay, everyone. What did you think? Did you like it? I thought it was a cool idea, so, you know, I thought it was maybe something fun to do. But let me know what you guys thought. Did you like listening to me read a book? Was it cool? Was it not cool? Did it make you feel sleepy? Was it good? You know, all that type of stuff. I'm just going to type server will stay up until the last person leaves. Thank you for joining me. Okay, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that this was not too much of a um uh change. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I'm being pushed around in Minecraft. I'm gonna really quickly just have a little look around. There was a maze and there was a very spooky ooky creature of sorts, which is kind of interesting. We have a Yumi statue and a maze and stuff, yeah. But I will open this server next time for everyone as well. But it will stay up, so don't worry about it. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this stream made your, well, for me, nighttime, but your day a little bit better and a little bit brighter, because it sure made mine. I like the chill vibes. It was a lot of fun. I think next week we will do maybe nighttime stream, and we will either continue with the similar vibe, I'll do something else, or we'll play a game, or we'll maybe make some Lego or something. So, yeah. But thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already today, please make sure to like and subscribe and go outside and touch grass and drink water and tell your loved ones that you love them. If you want to know when I am next live, please keep an eye on my Twitter, and also you can join the Discord, link in the description, and then you will never ever miss when I am live. Yeah! Okie dokie. I hope you enjoyed this ASMR slash Minecraft slash storytime stream, because I thought it was a lot of fun, but definitely different to what I am used to. The music was very cute. It was so cute. And definitely a change for me to be like more relaxed and cozy and stuff. So, but I hope that you liked it. Okay, my name is Neko Yumiko, and I will speak to you all very, very, very soon. Bye bye, bye bye. Good night, everyone. I hope that you sleep well. Thank you for joining me. And I'm sorry the stream was shorter than normal, but you know, I did stream for 8 hours yesterday, so. But I hope that you enjoyed it. Okay, bye bye. Good night.